Big news coming in on the Uniform Civil Code, and that is about the Parliamentary Standing Committee that's set to convene a meeting with regard to the UCC discussions of the stakeholders. There is clearly a step up that's happening in this case. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Personnel, Public Grievance, Law and Justice convened a meeting to hear the views of the stakeholders. And remember, it's being led by Bharatiya Janata Party's Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, Sushil Modi. He has informed 31 members of Parliament who are members of this committee that there will be a meeting on the 3rd of July to hear the views of the UCC. This is very interesting. This means that, remember, apart from the Law Commission report, apart from the public views that also are being sought, and about the stakeholders who can reply as and when, and immediately that led to a lot of, for example, Muslim clerics standing against it, saying this is deliberate targeting of the community will not accept it. There was also support from the Aam Aadmi Party, but Shiromani Akali Dal expressed apprehension, so Congress Party has called it targeting of the community in specific. So there have been a lot of reactions that have come in already, but it will be interesting to see how and when, politically specifically, the support comes in for the Prime Minister and for the government at the centre. Himanshu Mishra is tracking all the latest on that. Himanshu, ये definitely लगता है एक step up है कि एक stakeholders की meeting होती है. इस meeting में कौन members of parliament होंगे? क्या ये एक तरह से all party के हिसाब से देखा जा सकता है कि politically stakeholders से views उनके लिए जाए? हिमांशु,
देखिए, जब किसी भी बिल को संसदीय समिति को भेजा जाता है और जो यूसीसी है, यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड जो बिल है, इसको पार्लियामेंट के अंदर जो है सरकार ला सकती है इस मानसून सत्र में पूजा, और उसके बाद हमारे सूत्र बता रहे हैं कि इस बिल को लॉ जो पार्लियामेंट स्टैंडिंग कमेटी की लॉ कमेटी है उसमें इस बिल को भेजा जा सकता है। वहां पर सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का रिप्रेजेंटेशन होता है। उसमें 31 मेंबर होते हैं, एक चेयरमैन, और 20 मेंबर लोकसभा से और 10 मेंबर राज्यसभा से होते हैं। हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी की स्ट्रेंथ के अकॉर्डिंगली उनको उस कमेटी में जगह मिलती है। तो कमेटी पहले बनी हुई है और यूसीसी को लेकर पहले ही जो है कानून मामलों की जो संसदीय समिति है उसने 3 तारीख को जो नेशनल लॉ कमीशन है और साथ ही साथ जो है वो कानून विभाग और विधि विभाग के ऑफिसर्स को बुलाया है यूसीसी को लेकर। तो सरकार की तरफ से पहले ही स्टेप उठाया गया है, क्योंकि इस कमेटी के जो चेयरमैन हैं वो सुशील कुमार मोदी हैं, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के राज्यसभा सांसद हैं। वो चेयर कर रहे हैं।
आपकी बात पे आपको दूसरा सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि आपने जो कहा, according to our sources, that Uniform Civil Code bill can be brought in this monsoon session, because that is and ahead of that there is this discussion that's also taking place at the Parliamentary Standing Committee. तो क्या ये बात हम clarity के साथ कह सकते हैं that there's a likelihood that in this monsoon session this UCC bill at least could be coming forth, could be introduced, could be tabled? What are you hearing on that, Himanshu?
देखिए, बिल्कुल जो क्योंकि सरकार की तरफ से ये कोशिश की जा रही है कि इसी जो मानसून सत्र है, इसी मानसून सत्र के अंदर जो है वो यूसीसी को जो है वो पार्लियामेंट के अंदर पेश किया जाए, और उसके बाद सरकार की कोशिश रहेगी कि दोनों सदन यानी कि दोनों हाउसेस, लोकसभा राज्यसभा से इसको पास कराया जाए। लेकिन अगर पास नहीं होता है तो सरकार इस बिल को जो है वो रेफर करती है स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को, लॉ पार्लियामेंट की स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ऑन लॉ को, और 3 महीने के अंदर जो है पार्लियामेंट की स्टैंडिंग कमेटी को इस पर अपनी रिपोर्ट देनी होती है, जिसमें सभी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का रिप्रेजेंटेशन होता है पूरा। तो ये जरूर है कि सरकार की तरफ से कोशिश रहेगी कि इसी पार्लियामेंट के मानसून सत्र के अंदर UCC को जो है
very interesting. That's a big news, Himanshu, that you're bringing us this morning, and thank you very much for now. Paulomi Saha is also joining me on this latest, because Paulomi, this clearly means that the Prime Minister, when he made a mention of the Uniform Civil Code, there was clearly in mind the upcoming monsoon session, and now we see that there are developments taking place on that front. What are you hearing about the upcoming monsoon session with regard to the Uniform Civil Code?
Well, clearly, when the Prime Minister spoke about UCC and mentioned it at the speech that he made in Bhopal when he was speaking to BJP Karyakartas, it was very clear that the intent of the central government is to go ahead with it and, of course, work in a way so that they could implement it, and they're moving in that direction. And it was very clear because also right ahead of that, just a few weeks ago, the 22nd Law Commission had also sought the opinions and the suggestions of various stakeholders and religious groups on the possible implementation of a uniform civil code in the country. This despite the 21st Law Commission having said that there was no need for the same. But the intent of the government became very clear. Now, of course, as my colleague Himanshu was reporting, there is a possibility that after, of course, the Law Commission, submits its report to the Law Ministry, there could be a bill which could be brought forward in Parliament. But as he said, there could be obviously, a lot of political debate about it. There could be resistance as well. There are political parties which have clearly stated that this is absolutely unnecessary. This is going to only, divide society on religious lines as well, etc. All of that you heard from M.K. Stalin as well yesterday, one of the leaders and one of the political parties that I'm mentioning over here. So it's going to be a very heated political debate. In that case, of course, then the matter gets referred to a parliamentary standing committee. But at least the government in that way then would have demonstrated that what they've been promising in their manifesto since 2014, they have worked in that direction, and it's not just been a promise.
Thank you so much. Pallavi Saha will be tracking the latest. So the July 3rd meeting for the Parliamentary Committee, that is going to be very crucial. It's led by Sushil Modi, 31 members of Parliament. They have been given a message that July 3rd there's going to be a meeting with regard to what the Law Commission report is, the decision and the discussions with the stakeholders. All of that could find a way at that point. This is ahead of the monsoon session, and that's the big news that we are breaking to you right now.